Okay, is this thing on? Yeah, looks like it's on to me. Hey guys, thanks for tuning back in. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me here. Um, yeah, so I'm still continuing the Personal Finance for Canadians for Dummies by Eric Tyson and Tony Martin. This is a pretty good book so far. Just let me know what you think about it and let me know what kind of topics you want me to review next. So this is part 4, which is chapter 4. I just try and keep it lined up properly with the proper chapters. So chapter 4. And it says, it's called, titled, Where Did Your Money Go? Question and response. So I'll just go through the information really quick. Keep it nice and sweet and short. Let's turn this. Looks fine. So in this part, they show you how to identify where your hard-earned dollars are going. They detail numerous ways to make those dollars go toward helping you build your savings rather than going to wasteful spending. It shows you how to clear your money obligations, cash obligations, so liabilities. And it has, I don't know if it's in this chapter, but it says there's a section devoted to discussing taxes and legally minimizing them through various strategies. So various strategies for that. So I'll just skip along past the titles, just so you have an idea as to what's in there. So it starts with, where did your money cash go? And in this chapter, it talks about the roots of overspending, assessing your spending, the pros and cons of various spending tracking tools, and the road to freedom. Then the title, next the next section subject is why you overspend. Then it gets to access to credit. Then using credit cards, subject topic of using credit cards. Then making minimum monthly payments on outstanding amounts. Then taking out car loans, next subject section. Then bending to peer pressure, or adhering to peer pressure. Then we get to the subject topic of spending to feel good. Then the subject topic of addicted to spending. Then the subject topic of keeping current. Then the subject topic of ignoring financial goals when buying or purchasing. Then the subject topic of wanting the best for your children and offspring and other dependents, including like charities. Then we get to the subject topic of analyzing your spending. Then we get to the topic of tracking your spending on paper. Then we have something here which is like a table. Yeah, it's like a table detailing what are common expenses for most people. So as you can see, like taxes, right? That's a big one. Then the stuff that you have at your house, right? Like rent, mortgage, property taxes, gas, electric, oil, water, garbage, phone, cable, furniture, maintenance, repairs. Some common ones. On this side, it continues. So the category, you see there? These are just monthly average and the percentage according to your income, right? But if you look at this list, then it tells you what things you should measure: food, supermarket, restaurants, going around, gasoline, maintenance, repairs, provincial registration fees or state registration fees, wherever you live, tolls, parking, bus and subway fares, style, clothing, shoes, jewelry, dry cleaning, debt repayments, so credit card, auto loans, student loans, other fun stuff like your entertainment, movies or concerts, vacation and travel, gifts, hobbies, pets, other, and personal care like haircuts, health club or gym, makeup, and other. So this is a pretty good list for what people generally spend money on during the month. So I would just, if you don't have, if you have some time on your schedule, I would just rewind that part and just write down some of those so you can track it. And it continues, so you have other stuff as well, like including financial administration. There's a whole section on financial administration there. So the other stuff here, you have like accountant, lawyer, financial advisor fees. Other than for healthcare, you have physician and hospital and drug expenses, dental and vision and therapy. Then for insurance, you have homeowners, renters insurance, auto, health, life, disability is a good utility there. Umbrella liability. You have educational expenses such as tuition, books, supplies, and your children expenses such as the daycare costs, toys, and child support if you're paying child support, and also charitable donations and other stuff as well. So this is a pretty comprehensive list, and that's a pretty good idea as to what really, where the cash really goes month to month. So next is tracking the spending on a computer, and then trying to grow rich with your income. Then is chapter 5 after that. So page 76 for where chapter 5 starts. So going back to the start of chapter 4, because this is part 4. I'm just going to go through the paragraphs and see if I can find any good information on there that you might find useful. And I'll relay that to you. So pros and cons. So of course, the pattern generally is to build up savings, right? That's what we're trying to do here. Is build up the savings, increase the savings, and reduce the liabilities. The liabilities, yeah. So the outstanding amounts, the amount owed. We want to reduce that. So let's see if there's any good information in these paragraphs. So I'll just skim past some of them and see if I can find good tidbits. So building credit is important. You always want to build up your credit because you need credit to get by. Like when you buy your house, or when you bought your house, you need credit for that. Like most people don't have the amount for the house, so it's mortgaged on a loan. If you buy a new car, it's on a loan. If you use a credit card, line of credit, etc., it's on a loan. So you need good credit for sure, and you need access to credit. So hopefully you have banks and institutions that are in your area that you can rely on to provide access to capital, to that credit. So then it talks about working. So working, you have 24 hours a day, 365 days a year to get work done. Lots of people like to work throughout the day. Like most people don't want to spend all day sitting around watching TV, but they don't mind it if it's with like your family members or friends or something like that, or coworkers. So 24 hours a day, make it count. Using credit cards, you don't want to be all the way, you don't want to max out the amount that you have available in the credit card. You want to just make sure that it's just a partial amount that you use, not all of it. And then of course you got to make those minimum interest payments for with credit. So you have the outstanding amount. Part of that outstanding amount is billed to you each month, called the minimum monthly payments based on their interest rate that they're charging you for that. So that interest rate charge is usually what the minimum amount is, and you want to have more contributed to that account because it won't, so that you're actually reducing the debt over time. So that's the monthly minimum payments. Then you have the car loan payments. That's different. So you might have those broken up into installments every week or every 2 weeks or every month. I think every week is better. And then you have the insurance for that car, and then you have possibly a warranty if it's a new car from the dealership, and you could have something else. I don't know. I think there are new inventions out there for the car, some type of insurance, something similar to that. But that's for that. Everybody knows what that is. Then, of course, you have your friends and family trying to get you to go out and spend money every so often. So you're trying to save, and they say, let's go out to a restaurant, let's go out to this concert, let's go out to that event, let's go to this building and that building. And that, of course, stifles the bank account. So you don't want to do that too often. And then, of course, there's you spending in private, where you're just spending stuff on yourself and neglecting the savings discipline. You don't want to neglect the savings discipline too much. And then, of course, just trying to keep current with like fashion trends, which is a big financial burden for some people. So you don't want to spend too much on fashion trends or any other trend if it hinders the savings, stifles the savings. Then, like that section I showed you with analyzing your spending, that part is very important. So looking at your recent pay stubs, looking at the tax return amounts, making sure that it's legitimate, looking at your billing statements each month, making sure that all of that is legitimate and it makes sense. You're not being overcharged in certain areas when you're not supposed to. And then, of course, that detailed list of spending that I went through earlier in this video, that's a pretty good good idea as to where the cash is going month to month, where that credit in your account is going out. A lot of it goes to food. Then there's a section out here that says don't waste time on financial administration. So luckily most people like to look at their own stuff themselves. Generally speaking, actually, people don't really share their financial information too often apart from advisors or some type of professional that looks at their finances. Usually the finances are private, and most people actually do go through their finances themselves. So that's good. That's pretty good. And then, of course, growing wealthy, becoming loaded, if that's the plan, you have to do something that generates more cash. So if you have a high paying job, you got to do like a business on the side, like run like a restaurant is good, a sandwich place, work online, do affiliate marketing. That one's good. There's so many things you can do, but you have to do something other than, you're going to have to work 2 jobs, but some people can't make the time for that. So they just had they have kids, all of them are under 5 years old or under 10 years old. They're really busy with them, helping them with their homework, arranging for them to get to where they need to go throughout the day, past the day. And so they just lose track of time and don't actually get around to it. So until their kids are like 20, 25 years old, gone out to college, then they finally say maybe it's time to start a business or do some online work. And it's a little bit late. It's a little bit later, but it is possible anyway. Yeah, so that chapter is still in the saving more and spending less section. And what I really like about this chapter was the detailed list of expenses, like costs that takes out credit every month, takes away some of your credit that you earned. Food is definitely a big one. Mortgage and rent is a big one. Insurances are big costs every month, and your car expense is a big cost every month. Yeah, so those are just some things to think about for that. Where did the money go? Chapter 4. Probably in one of those areas. So that's part 4 for this series, Personal Finance for Dummies. I'm just going to continue with this one, part 5, next video. Let me know if you like it or don't like it, or what you want me to discuss next time. What kind of book, if you have any specific book, and I'll look into it. And I'll probably just do it and go through the whole thing with you, because it's really good information and it helps people out a great deal. So hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.